So now we're going to look at motion tween. So again, I'm going to make a new layer and I'll call it motion. And on this layer, I will draw myself a stick person. And I'm going to motion tween this stick person. So up here, after I've drawn it on the timeline on the layer for motion tween, I'm going to right click and go motion tween. And I'm just going to press OK. So you'll notice the thing that I've drawn, the stick person, now has this blue rectangle around it. That just means it's a symbol and it's over here in my symbol library. So if I happen to lose my stick person, if I just delete it here for a moment, I can drag and drop it back into the scene. You'll notice that motion tweens are blue, shape tweens are green. And with motion tweens, you don't have to press F6. You just choose your point on the timeline. So let's say frame 15, I want my stick person to be over here. And you'll see a path is created from the move along. And as soon as I move them, it also added a keyframe for me. So it does it automatically. And you'll see here that it's moving from point A to point B. So that's all you're defining on the timeline by moving the object on the stage. So if I want it to move again, I just choose another point in time on the timeline and then move the object. I'll go to frame 50 and move them over there. Now I've run out of frames on the motion tween. If I need more, all I have to do is click on the timeline here and press F5 and that'll give me more frames. This path can be curved if you just hover over it with the mouse. So let's take a look at that. Control Enter. Okay, other things that the motion tween will do. If you click on the blue part of the motion tween up in the timeline, you'll see properties. We could add some rotation. And now my stick person's doing cartwheels through space. You can change the direction of the cartwheels if you wanted to go counterclockwise. I'm just going to put this back to 0 for a moment. And one other thing I'll show you is this orient to path checkbox. So if we click that, the object will turn with the curves in the path. One other neat thing about motion tweens is that this object has been turned into a symbol, and if you double click on the symbol, you have a timeline just for this symbol. And what I'll do in here is I'll animate these legs. And I'll do this in the frame by frame fashion. So F6, and I'll erase the legs. And I'm going to redraw them so it kind of looks like this guy's walking. Now I don't remember what the legs used to look like, so if I turn on this onion skinning button, I just get a little bit of a watermark, so I can use that as a reference and just draw the legs a little bit differently. And then maybe I'll do that one more time. So I'll erase those legs again. And just have those legs even closer together. So what we get is just a little bit of a walking cycle here. So I'll turn off onion skinning and we can see that. And if I go back out to scene 1, everything's still there. Control Enter to play. And you can see those legs, but they're moving really, really fast. So what I'll do is I'll double click. And if you remember from the first tutorial, we'll just add some blank frames in between so those legs slow down. And that is your motion tween.